Okay, I'm just gonna get a pen.
Also, it seems, sorry, but it seems like Paula has trouble. No, she came. Yeah, I was texting with her. She had problems with the. There she is.
Hi, Paula. If you can put the camera on, I love seeing your faces. It's just something, you know. I'm not a Zoom. You know, I rather have it like Ariane, like, of course, but I know that the time and the world that we live in, Zoom is a fantastic tool to be able to sit like this, but nothing compares to having a live class. And the other thing is that when you turn off the camera, I believe that it almost cuts and it almost get us into this kind of I don't know, like, yeah, missing that kind of connection. There could be a reason why we can't have the camera on, and sometimes we don't have camera. But just from my side, I love to see your faces. It just makes such a big difference. Anyway, okay, so let's talk about the first one. I just do that. So we got the sra, and then we had the other one, which was ra tra. Is that correct, Alice? Yeah. Okay. So we got the, can you see this? Everything is wet here. Yeah, that's better. Can you see that? So I'm just writing in, I just written in transliteration, right? So it says sra. Now, if you're looking at the dictionary, the Saraswati in your siblings, huh? Yeah. It almost looks like there's on the left side, it kind of go a little bit, almost like a little bit out and to the side. It almost look like, you know, like you have a stick and you're broken it in half. It kind of have a little bit swing to it. And then you have the other side, which is completely straight. Ha. Okay, now between the broken stick and the straight stick, so to say, you have this almost like a wave, kind of goes like up and down. Okay, now to connect this one and this one, it's really important that you connect it. Don't have any gaps, because if you do, it's really hard to read or to understand. Okay, so that's your Saraswati. And then you're putting, remember, like we have the stirred, the what did we call it in all different languages, the support stick, you know, like you have the bicycle, you need that support stick so it doesn't fall over. That one you put here in the bottom. All right, so there we have sra. Now let's look at ra tra. Okay, so in the bottom, can you see this? This is tricky.
Yeah, I can see. I think it was the font as well. It was that combined with the font, and this is where confusion, yeah, for me.
So what's the problem? Like a lot of the fonts, when they do the repa, they kind of do it almost like from straight, and then it goes this way, right? Yeah. Up, up, up. Now, when we learned in the beginning, like when I told you how to do the repa, I said just think about like a beacon, like the bird beacon, right? So I said you can go down and then make a little bit of a, but the thing is with a lot of fonts, they kind of make this quite big, right? And that's how they do it. But this is much more clear the way that you learned in the beginning, where it's more like half a beacon. But a lot of fonts do this, like it's kind of similar to this part. And then you said ra, tra, right? So then we have this, the special conjunct consonant where we have the top one and the bottom one, and then this one, and then the line. So the difference between ratra and sra is that with the sra, you're gonna have that wave and they're gonna connect the both sides together. With this one, you don't have that line in the middle, but you do have the tra, you know, like the openness of the beacon. So that's how you know that they are very different, but they can look quite similar. And that's why it's quite tricky that, you know, you got to kind of go like, what does it say there? You know, and then you go, oh, I see the sakara. Oh, I see the repa. Oh, you know, and because even here, you know, if you put one more stick here, suddenly this would say stra. We had a big rain here, so everything is kind of wet. But here it says, as soon as you put one more line here, it says stra.
Because when you write it like this looks very clear, but in the fonts, I think the bit I found confusing was the bit where it connects, because in the font they don't have the wavy line to connect it. So it's normally round, and so when I came to reading the bit in the font, I was thinking, oh, is that a tra or is that a stra? Because it's not normally like that. So this is really helpful. Yeah. I don't know. I found it anyway.
A lot of the fonts can be confusing, and
it looked very similar on the thing, and I couldn't decide which was.
And another one that you have to be careful with is this one. Is you have to be careful with this one. Here it says ka. Here it says rava. Did everybody see that? Yeah, anybody who doesn't see that? Everybody see that? Okay.
Ingela, could you just move the board a bit? It's just a little the other towards you. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
So here, okay. Madhuri, what does it say here?
Ka.
And Nicolina, what does it say here?
Rava.
Okay, good. Because that's a tricky one. All right. Yeah. So yeah, fonts can be tricky, especially when you get used to one and then you're like, oh, something else happening.
Thank you, Ingela.
You're welcome. All right. So let's go back to our Rama Shabda. Okay. So we did the first three ones. Now, for you guys who didn't, maybe you missed the last class. So we're learning the Rama Shabda, and this is one of the pillars when you learn in Sanskritam. So if you learn this one, it gets easier to build on. You know, it's like it's a important block to build on to. So we did 1, 2, 3. So we were talking about the different vibhaktis, and we had the pratama, dvitiya, and tritiya. So first, second, and third vibhakti, and then we did it in singular, dual, and plural. Okay. Nick, are you able could you and please let me know if you say no, I'm not comfortable to do that, you know, or I need help or whatever. Nick, could you do the pratama, vibhakti in singular, dual, and plural? So just saying these three ones. 1, 2, 3.
It is Ramaha. Can you hear me?
Yes, we
Yeah.
hear you. Yep.
Ramaha. Ramhao. And Ramaha.
Good. Ramaha, Ramao, Ramaha. Good.
Rama.
Very good. Ramaha. So dropping the jaw twice. Ramaha. Good. Nicolina, are you comfortable to do the second one?
I can try that one, yes. Ramam.
No. Ramam.
Oh, sorry. Ramam. Sorry, that was a long Ramam. Ramau. And then we have Raman.
Raman. Both along. Raman.
Raman. Right.
Good. And Kamadeva, are you okay to do the tritiya? Could you do this?
Yeah, let me just, so it's Raman, cerebral.
This one.
Yeah, Raman.
No? Do you need some help?
Yeah,
Okay, so what is this feather?
it's I.
No, only one feather. So it's
A.
right? And what is this?
That's a cerebral na.
No, tongue back.
No,
No,
no, no.
Try
So
again.
it's Ramanen. No.
Ramena. Ramena.
Ramena.
Good.
Ramena. Okay, so
No,
it takes
no.
the last two letters. I thought it was just the last one. I had forgotten that.
Sorry, say it again, sir.
Takes the last two letters.
Na. You mean na? Na?
So it's the A and the na. The A and the na.
Yeah.
And then the dual
Yeah.
would be, I thought it would just be Ramam.
Are
Just
you?
taking the last.
No, but what does it say here? What are you reading? Like, what does it say here? So you got ra, ma, and here you got a conjunct consonant, which is a bakara and yakara. And then it's a long and it ends with a makara. So ra, ma, biham.
Rama
Biham.
Biham.
Biham. Long.
Biham.
Mm.
Okay, sorry, I thought we were doing something else. I didn't realize we were reading the whole thing. I thought
Yeah.
I remember just the last, but that was something else. Okay.
What we're doing now, just to clarify, is that we're doing the Rama. We're doing the Rama Shabda. So if you meet anybody who's studying Sanskritam, you're gonna go like, you can go like, do you know the Rama Shabda? And they're gonna go like Ramaha, Ramao, Ramaha, and everybody's gonna know what you're talking about. So
Okay.
so let's see if we can do this one, Kama.
Yeah, so that's a repa with a ra, and then again ma, Ramau.
Mm,
Ramauha.
2 feathers.
It's the Dirgaha bow.
It's I.
Ah, it's I.
Yes,
Oh,
remember
because it would need
A,
another line if it
I.
was, yeah. It would have another line otherwise. So Ra Mai
Good.
Ha.
He. Ramai. Because you got the I and it's I, right? And but the last vowel is actually I. So it bounced back on the I. So it's Ramaihi.
Ramaihi.
Good. Very good.
Thank you for patience. I got lost there.
No problem. Okay, good. Paula, what does it say here?
Chaturthi.
T, right? So it's a long. Chaturthi.
Chaturthi.
So now we're talking about the 4th case, right? So remember that we said the first one is the doer and so subject, object, instrument. This is to, this is from, this is off, and this is in. Okay, we're gonna learn this much better. So just stay with me, and just right now we are on 4th case. So for example, if I was saying Ariana goes to the forest, right? To, then I would use the 4th case. All right, cool. Paula, what does it say here?
Ramaya.
Good. And what does it say here?
Rama Bhyam.
Bhyam, right? So it's long.
Rama Bhyam. Yes.
And this one?
And this one, Ra Me Byaha.
Good. Very good.
Ra Byaha.
Okay. What do we got here? Madhuri. We're gonna help you, Madhuri. Don't worry. You're gonna be fine. We're holding your hands. We're all holding each other's hands. So now we are on the 5th case. So for example, if Ariane was going from the forest, then we would use the 5th case. Okay. So what letter is this one, Madhuri?
This one, Pakara.
Good.
Pakara.
And then we got
That one.
here, we
yeah.
got the conjunct consonant. The top one, it's one of the nasals. One of the nasals. If you
There's a cha. No. Cha.
it's a nasal sound. So one of the na, ma. Look at that column.
Na. Yeah. Na.
So this one, which one is this one?
No.
Na. It's a palatal, right? Palatal. Good. And what about the bottom one? That one is also from the palatal. Can you see that one? Do you need some help? We can't hear you, Madhuri. We can't hear you. Well, I can hear you.
From the palatal, I don't see the below ones, Devi.
That's it's a tricky one. I'll show you. Sorry, I don't have everything is so wet here. This is anybody who can see what letter this is?
Is it a chakara?
Yes, Yeah. Now,
With
you see
meaning.
what, yeah, and you know why it's so tricky? Because when it goes into conjunct consonant, it actually is a lot of time you see this in a lot of fun. The angle, the shear kind of goes down. You see that? So you see how it's normally, if it was sitting by itself, it's this way, right? But when it comes together with a conjunct consonant, you see what happens. It's that it kind of goes like, it almost goes like this. You see that that angle is not straight anymore.
Is it pancha, punch, punch?
Yeah,
Yeah, punch.
it's pancha. Pancha. And then you got this fellow. What is that?
Ma with a long E.
Yeah. So you got the first part is pancha, and then you got
Panchami.
yes. Yes. Good. Very good. All right. So this is the name of the vibhakti. This is the name of the vibhakti. All right. So Nicolina, what does it say here?
Ramat.
Good.
Ramat.
And this one?
Ramad.
Good. This is when you start studying more like Sandhis and grammar, you see the difference here, but they mean the same. And here, Nicolina.
Here we have Rama Bhyam.
Good.
Bhyam, yeah. And then it is Ra me Byaha.
Yeah.
Ra me Byaha. 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 Byaha.
So notice one thing.
Ra me Byaha.
The dual in 3, 4, 5 are the same. So these ones are the same. And the plural 4 and 5 are the same. And the dual 6 and 7 are the same. So that's how we can help each other to remember. Okay, good. Alice, what does it say here?
Shashti.
Good.
Shashti.
Good. Did everybody see that? You got cerebral letters. You got the sha, and then you got a conjunct consonant here. The top one is the sha, and then in the bottom one you have the ka, and then you have the long dirgha. Anybody who's confused, let me know. Give me a little note or something. If you go like, I saw one hand. Was that Nick? Nick, you want me to clarify that one?
Could you just write it in transliteration, please?
Yeah.
And the previous one, actually.
Yes. You mean this one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to find something to dry off this one because it's so wet. All right, so let's start with the Panchami, the top one. Okay. So I write it in transliteration. So first we said it was a pakara, and then it's a akara, and then we have the talu, right? The palatal. That's the one where we write like with a N and then like a wave on the top. And then on the next of the conjunct consonant, it's the cha, the unaspirate. And then we have the embedded vowel. And by the way, what does this mean so far? Anybody?
5.
5. Okay, good.
Pancha.
Then we have the makara. And then we got the long, and I'm putting a line on top because it's a long one. Good. Nick, how would you say this now?
Panchami.
Again?
Panchami.
Good. Panchami. Panchami. Good. Okay, let's do the bottom one. Right? So we got Shashti. So now we're talking about the cerebral letters, the murda, right? So remember that we write them with a dot underneath. So first we got the S with a dot underneath. You see that one? Nick? Yep. Okay. And then we got the embedded vowel, which is a akara. And then we have this conjunct consonant. And they look like a snowman a little bit. And this is very common. The snowman is very common. So the top one is the same as the previous one, but this time it's with a conjunct consonant. And then in the bottom one is also cerebral. So I'm putting another dot underneath. And then I'm running out of space, but because it's an aspirate, I have to add an H to it, right? To show it's an aspirate. Because if it was non-aspirate, it would be, it would just look like, then it would be this way. You see this? Then it wouldn't be a round in the bottom. It would just be a half moon. Okay. And then the last one, tricky to see, but I'm just making a long E there. And I'm putting a line because the rainbow goes forward. Can you see this, by the way? Can you see that? So it's a long E. Yeah.
Thank you.
Good. Any questions about that? This is a very common conjunct consonant. And the letters in the cerebral letters, they usually come on top of each other. That's kind of one, because they're very roundish. They're very curvy. They're like a lot of snowman.
I have a question, but you might be getting to this.
Yeah.
The subject is karta, then object is karma, then you have karana for the instrument. Are there words for the panchami, pantami and shushti?
Yeah.
I'm sure you were getting to this, but
yeah. If you have the page, what page is this? Page number 86. Then if you go down to the this, so we did the fourth case, right? And the name of that one, maybe Alice, can you try to say what it says here?
Hang on, that's not sus. Sampradane.
Good. Sampradane.
Sampradane.
And what about this one?
Want me to do this as well?
Yeah.
I'm happy. Apadane. Apadane.
So it's apadane. Aparane. And this one.
Samba. Oh no, hang on. It's a n and a. I know this. Oh, it's nad. Nada. Nda. Sambanda. Sambanada.
Samband.
I'm having trouble with the pronouncing.
It's okay. So you got Sambandha.
Sambandha. Sambandha.
So those are the names. and then maybe Paula, what does it say here on the here?
Adhi karane.
Me.
Adhikarane.
Good. Adhikarane. Good. So those are the names. Just like we say here, like we say the karta, karma, and so on. So yes, they all have names. They all have names. Okay, good. And let's see, Madhuri, I always forget, you're too close. It's like glasses.
Ariane.
Sorry, Ariane, what does it say here?
Ramasya.
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 And here?
Ramayoho.
Good. Ramayoho.
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 And this one?
Ramanam.
Good. So they're all long. You see that? Ramanam.
Ramanam.
Very good. All right. Who is Kama? You just let me know. Yes. Okay. We are all here, so just shout out, but give it a try. What does it say here?
Sa. Then there's a conjunct consonant of ta and makara.
No,
Makara,
actually,
makara.
yeah, it looks quite tricky because they haven't done justice to that front, but it's actually this way. Can you see this? It's actually
Could be a pakara.
yeah.
It's a pakara.
Yeah, that's a pakara, and then it's a takara. So what does it say up to here?
It says sampata.
No, sapta.
Oh wait, sorry. Oh yeah, it was a ta. Satapa.
It's just sapta.
It's the P first. Sapta.
Good. Anybody know what that means? Sapta. Seven.
7.
And then you got this color, Kama. What was that?
Saptam. I'm all getting there. Then that's a diphthong. Ooh.
No, it's a rainbow.
It's a rainbow. Sorry, it's ikara. So it's me.
Yes.
It's the conjunct. It's t, ta, and pa. Huh? Satpami.
No, it's
Satpami.
sapta. Sapta.
Satpa.
No, opposite. You got sapta.
Sapta.
Yes,
Saptami.
good. Saptami.
Saptami.
Good. All right. Okay, Nick, are you ready? What does it say here? We can't hear you. Are you on mute?
Yeah. Rame.
Good. And this one?
Ram.
Alice is giving you a lot of show. What did it?
Right. Okay. Ramayo.
Ramayoho.
Ramayoho.
And this one.
Ramesu.
Shu. Shu. So
Ramesu.
all right, good. All right. Paula, what does it say here?
Sa. Sambao. No. Sambo.
Yes.
Sambodhanam. Sambodhanam.
Good. Ariane, what does it say here?
He Rama.
Hey Rama.
He Ramao. He Ramaha.
Good. So you see you see how they are very similar. The first case and the vocative. So these are similar, and this is similar. It's just the singular. You remove the visargaha. You see that this one has visargaha and this one doesn't. And then you got this he Rama. You can have, it doesn't have to be he, it can be bo, you know, anything that is evocative. Wow, woo, you know, anything that calling out. Okay. All right, great. Okay, any questions about this one so far? Okay, see if you can learn this one now. So the we learned 1, 2, 3. So see if you can learn. Let's see if you can learn maybe 4, 5, 6 by heart. So you can go and says Ramaha, Ramao, Ramaha, and so on. You get the Rama Shabda by heart. All right, cool. All right, so let's go back to our all right, who is inspired? Shall we do the is it anybody that feel confident to do the first verse or the whole thing? Ariane says yes.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Excellent. All right. So see if you can have the first verse. Okay. Vidunityamadiyatam taduditang karma swanushtiyatam tene shasya vidhiyatam apachitikam ye matis jajyatam papauga paridhuyatam sorry ke dosho nusandhiyatam atmecha vyavasiyatam nijagrahaturnam vinirgamyatam. Beautiful. Okay, and the more you chant this, go into the meanings, you know, so you can see the meaning of So last time we just did this first, right? So Sangasatsu Vidhiyatam. And then Alice, are you comfortable to chant this one?
Sangha Satsu Vidhiyatam.
Make sure you get that sakara. Remember that the visarga turns into sangas. Sangasatsu. So you got double S there. Sangasatsu. Paula, are you comfortable?
Yes. Sangasatsu vidhiyatam.
Good. Madhuri, are you comfortable? Sangasatsu vidhiyatam.
Sangasatsu Vidhiyatam.
Good. Make sure you get that Saraswati, so it's a dental. Sangasatsu vidhiyatam.
Sangasatsu Vidhiyatam.
Good. So just practice that so you get the siblings. So you got the Saraswati, the Shanmuka, and Shiva. Kama, are you comfortable?
Yeah. Sangasastu Vidiyatam.
So, Sangasatsu.
Sangasastu Vidiyatam.
Vidhiyata. So make sure you get the aspirate.
Vidiyatam.
Yes, hold on to that. Nick.
Sangasatsu Vidhiyatam.
Very good. You can get see if you can get a little bit more aspect. So that D, and that is the more you putting the aspect towards the diaphragm, the easier it's gonna get. It's gonna become much more easier for you. Who didn't do? Nicolina.
Sangasatsu vidhiyatam.
Good. Make sure that visarga, it's a sandhi rule,
Yeah.
and it goes into sanga.
Sangasatsu vidhiyatam.
Good. Did I miss anybody? Did anyone who didn't do? Ariane, did you do?
Sangasatsu Vidhiyatam.
Good. All right. So now we do the next one. A lot. Nick, what does it say here?
That says
Bakara.
Bagara. Yeah, Bagara.
See if we can spell it. So let's do letter by letter. So you said first you had the bakara, and then you got a
Akara, Gakara, Akara, Bakara, Akara, Takara. Oh.
oh, good. So how would you say this now?
Bhagavate. Bhagavato.
And remember that this is double the length, right? And and this is aspirate. Bhagavato.
Bhagavato.
Oh, good. Nicolina, what does it say here?
Then we have a Bhakara together with Akara. And then we have, is it, I see a Takara and a Kakara, but I don't remember if it, no?
No, it's a special conjunct consonant. I think we
Okay.
we're talking about last time. So it's one that you got to put in your on your special paper. It's-
Okay, yeah, I didn't watch the recording from last week, so
I just said
but
again.
I recognize it. But I don't. Then I don't remember which one it is actually.
That's
I
okay.
thought
Thank God that we can, imagine if we remember everything, we would go like, remember all our childhood and all the toys we left, we were playing with, all the heartbreaks and relationships. Oh, imagine if we didn't forget. Thank God. Okay, special one, Nicolina. So it's it's kakara, takara, and in this one is embedded akara.
So it was that. Okay. Takara, takara. So we have is it bhakti?
Yes.
Yes.
Mm.
Bhakti, and then we have repa.
Good. Do everybody see this? What Nicolina sees? You see this one here? That's a repa on the up on the shelf. And why does it come up there? It's because it's the first one in a conjunct consonant, right? If it was second, it would be a support stick. But in this case, it's the second one. Sorry, the first one. So what does it say up to this point, Nicolina?
Bhaktir.
Good. And then let's see. Paula, what does we have here?
Dr.
Can you just spell it so everybody can see what you...
Dakara. Dr. Kara.
Rakara. So everybody see that this one is a vowel. Remember that we call this one a C-shaped earring, and if it was a long one, it was a dirgha, it would have been 2 C-shaped earrings. Okay, so Paula, what does it say up to here?
Bhakti. Bhaktir. Bhaktir. Dr.
Yeah. Mm.
Okay.
But don't get confused. So this one is a repa, this one is a semi, right? And this one is a vowel. Mm.
Yes.
So anybody
Bhaktir.
confused now? If any confusion, just give me a little hint. Okay, Paula, see if you can continue here.
That's our Dakara with Murdanya.
Is it aspirate or non-aspirate?
Yes, aspirate. Wow, I almost never see this one. I think it's kind of the first one, or the first time that I see this one.
You have it in mudha as well, delusion. That's a common one.
Mudha.
Mudha.
Huh? Mudha. Oh, okay. Okay, so dhakara and dirga.
So what does it say up to here?
Bhaktir dha.
Dha, right? Long.
Dha. Dha.
And what is this one fellow calls?
Avagraha.
Avagraha. Avagraha. Okay, good. Kama Devi. What does it say here?
The Dakara,
Good.
right? Kara,
Is it short or long?
it's long. Wait. Oh. No, it's a short one. Wait,
No,
a long one comes first. Yeah.
opposite. If it's behind, it's long.
Aha, it's a short one. Okay. Then we have ya, kara. Ya, ta, no, diata.
Diyatam.
Diatam.
Make sure you get the aspirate. Dhiyatam.
Dhiyatam.
Good. All right.
So the dot
So-
on the top is a anaswara. No,
Yes.
anaswara.
And what letter do you fall on? Because nothing follows, right?
Yeah, that's why I was wondering why it ends on a like makara sound.
So it ends on
Dhiya-
makara.
Dhiyatam.
Yeah.
It's a makara. Yeah.
Yes, it's a makara. Good. Okay, so the whole thing is Bhagavato Bhakti Dhrda Dhiyatam. Anyone want to try? Ariani? Bhagavato Bhakti Dhrda Dhiyatam.
Bhagavato Bhakti Drda Dhyata.
Good. Very good. Nicolina, you want to give it a try? Bhagavato Bhakti Dhrda Dhiyatam.
I will probably stumble, but I can try it. Bhagavato bhaktir dha dhiyatam.
Good. Now the
Yeah.
tricky part is here, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you got this is because you have a dakara, you got dr, and then straight
Dr.
after that dha, drdha,
Dha. Dha. Yeah.
and you go into a dental dhiyatam. So you're changing the position of the mouth.
Mm.
Nick, you want to give it a try? Bhagavato Bhakti Drdha Dhiyatam.
Got to read it from the transliteration, I think. Bhagavato Bhaktir Drda Dhiyatam.
Good. Make sure you get that aspirate. Dhiyatam. Paula?
Bhagavato bhaktir drdha dhiyatam.
Good. Make sure you get the tongue back. Dha,
Drdha.
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 Alice?
Bhagavato Bhakti Dha Dhiyatam.
Good. Make sure you get that aspirate. So this one, the previous one we were practicing the Saraswati, and here you got to practice the aspirate. So you got to go Bhagavato Bhakti Drdha Dhiyata. You got 4 aspirates. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you notice how important it is to make sure that you got a big breath. All right, who has a Madhuri? You want to try? Bhagavato Bhakti Drdha Dhiyatam.
Bhagavato Bhaktir Drdha Dhiyatam.
Good. Practice those aspirates so you get that da da da. Okay, who didn't do? Kama, did you do?
No, I feel quite intimidated by it. So I would like to
Shall
do
we
it
do it
together.
together?
Yeah.
Bhagavato.
Bhagavato
Great. Bhaktir
Bhaktir
Drdha
Hrida
Drdha.
Hrida.
Think about like you have the dental eye, dental position, the tongue close to the teeth, and then you go dr 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 dr.
Hrida.
Good. Dr. And then you put the tongue backwards, and you make sure that it's an aspirate. Da.
Da.
And then tongue.
Da.
Good. Da. And then tongue again to the front of the teeth. D.
Di.
Good. Yatam.
Yatam.
Yes. Perfect. You did it. Okay. Please let me know if I missed someone. I'm not trying to. Is it anybody want to try the whole sentence? Sangasatsu vidhiyatam bhagavato bhakti drdha dhiyatam. Alice? Yes, go for it.
Sangasatsu vidhiyatam Bhagavato Bhaktir Drdha Dhiyatam.
Good. So just practice, get all the aspirate. Anyone else? Give me a hand up if you want to give it a try. It's a handful, mouthful.
I'll try.
Nick, go for it.
Sangha Satsu Vidiyatam Bhagavato Bhaktir Dahatiyatam.
Good. So the tricky part is here, right? So you got to just practice that for the next week. Okay, more important, what are we chanting? Okay, so we got this first one, which is, you probably heard, have you heard Bhagavat or Bhagavan? Have you heard that word before? Bhagavan, right? Just a little grammar. You see this vat, this here. So you got bhaga, and then you got this vat. And this is an affix that you can put on a word, and it will mean the one that has, the one that carries, the one that properties or qualities, someone who has. So when you put the affix onto a word, the vat, it has a special, the name of that affix is matup. And you can have vat, and sometimes you also have mat. And for example, you know, we chant for Hanuman, right? So the because of different changes, sometimes it's bat and sometimes it's mat. When it's declined, it becomes, in the first person singular, it becomes ban and man, and that's why you have Hanuman. You also have Shri, Shriban. Shri means wealth, right? So if you see Shri and you see Ban, that means the one that carry a lot of wealth, wealthier than wealthier. Hanuman is the one that carrying a jaw. So Hanu means jaw, like a jaw. So that's his name. Now, so when you see here, it says Bhagavat. If it was Bhagavan, it would be a first person singular. But here it's the affix, so it's bat. So what does it mean? It means the one that has bhaga. Okay, so you got bat and you got bhaga. Now, what is bhaga? And I think, if I remember correctly, we talked about this a long time ago. I think it's for the group number, the one who's been from the beginning. Is that anybody that remember there were 6 qualities for bhaga? Anybody have any 6 qualities? Is it anybody?
Yes, wealth, renunciations, strengths,
Power, wealth, power. Yes.
Knowledge.
Knowledge.
strengths, yeah.
Yes. Renunciation. Not renunciation, but there's another one. So we said wealth, and we said power, and you said one, Paula. What was that? Knowledge.
Knowledge.
Beauty.
Yeah.
Good.
Beauty.
Yeah, it's definitely have, but no, there's another one. Vairagya. It's not attached to anything. It doesn't get affected by anything. It has vairagya. Okay, and then Ashwarya. It means overlordship. I remember that because, you know, the famous Indian actress, the one there is the Miss Universe, the beautiful.
Ashwarya.
Yeah, that her name is Aishwarya.
Ah.
Yeah. Her name is from Aishwarya. So
Right.
it means, overlordship. And then we got, did we say, you said virya, right? Power. Madhur, you said power. Yeah. Okay, good. And also there's one more, Yasha, the famous, and then Shri, wealth. So what does it mean? Does it mean that it's a one man sitting on a big cloud and he's sitting with all the wealth and he's like all the power and no, none of that. So the Bhagavan is the one that, if you think about, like, you when you dream, just when you dream, who is the creator of the dream? You are, right? But you're not affected of the dream. Whatever happens in the dream is not going to affect you. If you rob a bank in the dream, it's not like there's a dream police who's going to say, hey, by the way, you got to go to jail, and it's going to be this dream jail. Ain't going to happen. As soon as you wake up, you go like, oh my God, I can't believe I had such a funny or weird dream, right? So whatever happens in the dream, it doesn't affect you. Okay, so you have vairagya. Now you have the complete wealth. Whatever is created in the dream is coming from you. All the power, all the shakti. You got the overlordship, as in, doesn't really affect you, but it's coming from you, right? And then you have the knowledge. All the knowledge is the knowledge that happened in the dream is coming from you, but it doesn't affect you. Now we can see that with our own dreams, right? We see that we can create the dream. Now take that now to Bhagavan and just see this dream, and we're part of that dream. But the Bhagavan is not affected. Whatever happens in the dream, it's not gonna affect him personally. He's not gonna have raga and dvesha. It's not gonna go and say, oh, by the way, that man down there, he's been, I treat him a little specially then, because that I'm going to punish that one, or I'm going to, ain't going to happen. Everything that happens within the dream, so to say, the srishti of the Bhagavan is all following laws, very, very laws. Nothing is, favorable or non-favorable. It's none of that. It's completely following the law, like you see everything in the world, right? There's nothing that it's so perfect. The way you can see a tree blooming, a butterfly flying, it's amazing. So nothing is like whoopsie or I did this by mistake, or sometimes I hear these people like, why is God so evil? Why is he creating this, this so much pain? No, none of that. He's not treating anyone to say, oh, I'm going to punish you or you're a sinner. He's following laws. It's the laws of the karmas, and that's it. Nice, huh? Okay, so what is this one? Anyone, when you think about bhakti, what comes to your mind?
Devotion.
Devotion, yeah. And what can we do to show devotion?
Pray.
We can pray. Anything else?
Have intention, I suppose, in everything that you do.
Yeah. Ishvara is everything, like you see everything that you do, and you say like, okay, I don't go into this me minus. I say like, wow, I'm part of this amazing creation, and I'm going to do everything I can to be helpful. Or how can I do it? If I can, doesn't mean that I run around and try to go into a war zone. But can I do something? Can I be, can I, if I have the possibility to help, I would do it because I want to do it, and it's to get that connection. So it's also meditation.
The consciousness of an awareness of.
Yeah.
It's difficult because it's not quite those things, but it is those things.
Yeah. It's many things. Yeah. Yeah.
I meant to ask about the, sorry to backtrack with the Bhagavan thing, but you know, you have Bija Mantras.
Yeah.
Are those all associated with the qualities of Bhagavan?
There's many Bija Mantras. You got Bija Mantras for example, for Lakshmi, Saraswati, and Ganesha, and every Bija Mantra is different, and every letter in the Bija Mantra has different meanings. So but when you yes, in one way is, is everything is connected to Ishvara, everything. So yes, in one way, but it's almost like, there's a story where, there were 6 blind men. And they all, this story where they say, try to explain an elephant, and the one who said a trunk, they said, okay, it looks like a pillar. And then there was someone who was holding onto the tail, and it's like, no, it's a little bit hairy. And then there was someone holding onto the stomach, and said, no, it's completely flat. So now if you take that and say, you can hold on to anything. You can hold on to a flower and says, wow, it's so beautiful. There's so much power in it, and it's connected to Bhagavan, right? It's connected to Bhagavan. You can hold on to, you can, even in a meditation, you can expand into, you can do it's called Saguna. So when you do Saguna, it means that you can expand, and you can do anything. You can go wherever you want. And if you have the devotion to Bhagavan, then it's all there. So the Bija Mantra, yes, is connected to Bhagavan, but it could be something specific for devotion to Bhagavan.
Okay.
Because
sorry.
Because Bhagavan it doesn't go like, is only this way, or it's only that way, it's only this way. And that's why it's so beautiful that we can put anything on an altar, and we never will go to anybody and says, your God is wrong, and I'm going to cause a war because you're wrong. Because every kind of devotion is beautiful. And any and we will never ever disturb anyone, and we will never ever convert anyone, and we will never ever cause any kind of like, in the name of God I have the right. And this goes on still today. In the name of missionary, it still goes on today.
It's not about God though, is it? It's about something, it's people problems. But I thank you for clearing that up though, because because you were speaking about how Bhagavan has what was it, the 7 qualities? Six qualities, and I thought, oh, maybe that's what the Bija Mantras are, but no, they're not exactly there. A bit, but they're more describing the different devotional aspects of Bhagavan rather than the 6 qualities in themselves. But they also are part of those things. And
they are, because you can, anything that you worship goes to Bhagavan. It goes back to Bhagavan. So it cannot be answered like yes or no. It depends on which angle, where does it land? Where does it land? The same like when you say I, where does that word, where does it land? That depends on your knowledge. Where does it land? Okay, everybody, people who have studied Sandhis, you're going to get this one. Why is it there? Repa there. You don't need to answer now. You get that in the home fund. Now this one, that means intensely, firmly, like no, with no doubt, like not vagging this. Oh man, no, it's like I don't know. It's like no, I'm gonna do it. You know. Now here is it's a funny thing that happening. Okay. The word itself, if anybody needs to go now, I'm holding on a little bit longer. Please don't feel like you have to stand. Now, this word is drda, right? So it ends with a long ah, right? Now see what happened here, they're putting a avagraha. What does the avagraha normally do? It swallow which letter? It eats up one of the letters.
Ah.
Ah. So actually what it says here, it's adhiyatam. You see that? Adhiyatam. Now, for the Sunday people, what would happen normally if it was a long ah plus a short ah? What would happen? No. So we're talking about the vowel sandhis.
Oh, if there's a short ah,
It's a
or
long
if
ah.
it's a short or a long, if you've got two short ahs or a short and a long ah, they come together and they make a long, they make dirga.
Yes.
So two harasvar is dirga. Sort of.
But you see what happens here. Here what they've done is that done a long ah, and then they put a avagraha. So this is something strange, right? The reason why is because the way you chant, Bhagavato Bhakti Dridha, you kind of, you have a little break there, and they go Dhiyatam. Because if you did the proper Sunday, you wouldn't be able to break, you wouldn't stop here. You would be Bhaktir Dridha Dhiyatam. You see that? Da di, da di, da di. But because you're making this kind of, you're breaking, then they do it this way. They're putting a avagraha here. So just know that that is not following the normal sandhis. The reason they put the avagraha is because the way you're chanting. Any questions? No? Is it
I just missed the avargaha. It swallows what? Because I looked in my notes and I didn't mention that. It swallows the following vowel.
Yeah, it actually only swallows, it only swallows akara. Let me see if I can show you.
It's a fussy eater.
Okay, so you see here, Kama, do you see this word here?
Bhagavata. Bhagavata.
You see where I marked the, can you see my, yeah, what does it say here?
Adiyatam.
Good. And the previous word, what is that?
Drdha.
Drdha, right?
Drdha.
Now, so what they done is that they kept this one, and then the avagraha in this case has swallowed this long one. But this is normally doesn't happen. The only reason why this is happening is because the way the tune is in the chanting. So it kind of go, even though the word is adhiyatam.
So it loses its ah.
It loses its ah, and you
Because
only
the previous word has an ah.
Yeah.
And it's only with akara?
Well, in this case, it's actually with but this is an exception. Normally it's just a akara. So for example, you say shivoham. Have you heard that before? Shivoham. So what that actually is, that is shivaha plus aham. Because the avagraha swallows the akara. So you're only left with hum. So you don't say aham. You only say hum. But because you've written the avagraha, you know that the word carries akara.
Okay.
So when you go into the dictionary, you actually put the word aham. You don't put hum.
Aham.
Aham. Aham.
Okay, so it's not just with the a vowel, or it can be with any of the consonants. It applies to any letter.
No.
Okay.
No. It's only
a
applied
vowel.
to akara, and because this is a special situation, because the way you're chanting normally is, I can double check, but if there's any kind of special, but all the Sundays, it's only the short one, but this one is it. That's why I like this. Is a little bit different than the normal one.
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry to confuse. Hope I don't confuse you more.
I'll understand it eventually.
Yes.
But yeah, that helps. The main question's covered.
Yeah. The main thing is that you when you chant it, you go dhiyatam. You don't go dhiyatam. You just go dhiyatam.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Good questions. By the way, in the home fund, they're mentioning the yoga sutras and the yoga sutras and the Patanjali. So we're talking about the yoga shastra. So this is how to live, how to get a dharmic lifestyle, and how to give this guidance. Of course, not causing any harm or stealing or so on. And then you have the Ashtanga, right? The 8 steps. So you're going to get that in the home fund. You can Google so much and find so many information about yama and niyama. Yeah, and you probably already know a lot of them. Okay, good. Any other questions?
Just if it's possible, I don't know whether someone could put in maybe signal or something. I'm interested to know the qualities of bhaga. That'd be really nice to have that.
Yeah, I can. You can. We can help each other. See what you can find with different links. It's probably explained in different ways, but you got the if you Google the six bhaga in Bhagavan or Bhagavat. Okay, great. That's it. Okay, I'm gonna send you a nice little home fun. Remember to have fun with it. It's no pressure from my side. I'm not expecting anyone to. You can do, you need not do, you can do completely different. Okay, shall we do it, Ariani? Yes. Okay. Om Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishaha Go Brahmane Vyashubhamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Kale Varshatu Parjanyaha Prithivi Sasya Shalini Desho Yang Shobharahitaha Brahmana santu nirbhayaha. Om sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. Sarvesham purnam bhavatu. Sarvesham mangalam bhavatu. Sarve bhavantu sukinaha. Sarve santu niramayaha. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Ma kachit dukkha bhag bhavet. Asato ma saggamaya. Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Mrityo ma amritangamaya. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Thank you guys. See you when I see you, Wednesday or Saturday or Sunday. Okay? Oh, Madhuri, are you okay?
Madhuri, apa kabar?
Apa kabar?
I have surgery. Take out my wisdom teeth.
Ooh. Are you okay?
I'm surgery here.
Oh, no. Are you
It's
okay?
okay.
You need any help? Can we help you with anything?
Fine. You already helped me a lot with this knowledge, Devi. I cannot return yet. I cannot giving any back yet. So that's fine. My karma.
Oh, it's totally. It's so nice to
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. I hope you let us know if you need something, you know, if there's anything we have a lot of bananas. Can you eat bananas?
Yeah. It's just matter of time. It's just matter of time. It will. And I'm getting old, so the body break down.
Was the body is breaking down?
Thank you. Yeah, because human body is breakdown every year.
After it. Oh. Okay.
Thank you, Devi.
Oh.
Bye.